All right, we're live. How's it going? Devin here with the
Woo!
famous. We got the famous Richdog here. How we going? How we doing, Richdog?
Hi, Devin. Thanks for having me on today. I am doing fan-fucking-tastic. I am ecstatic to be here. And I think we see a lot of fans in the chat, don't we? Who are really happy to see me.
Yeah, long as sorry to make you guys wait. Had a little delay there, but we're here, ready to go. Bars loving the future. Amelia, I'm sorry. Mom's not coming to save you this time.
Yeah, Miss Amanda's in the challenge right now. She's in
This one's for you,
90%.
Sid. I don't know how you do this. It won't stay for me, but um, yeah. So tonight me and Richie here. Richie has been, helping Christian and myself with this from for sure all of Survivor Wisconsin and a lot of Survivor Whitewater. So I want to include Richie in this conversation. So um, Richie, you gotta say back to Vishal really
Hi,
quick.
Vishal. I was about to say I in the comment. I just didn't want to look like I wasn't listening.
Yeah, so I wanted to include Rich Dog in this tonight, so he can kind of ask me questions, his thoughts on the future of our game. Obviously, this is subject to change. We saw that happen last time I did one of these a couple years ago with Christian. So, but I think it's pretty set in stone for me for sure for 2027. It's been so fun, the build up and more seasons the last couple years, and everybody applying and everything. It's been really fun to watch. Um, I like to plan things out and schedule things out. You saw in the story today about you got to apply for All Stars now. We're doing a clean slate, so I'm really excited about some of those that have already come in. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to kind of break down the next couple years of what we're looking at. Um, and Rich is going to kind of chime in as well and give his thoughts and some questions he may have for me as much as I can answer. And we'll also take questions from you guys. So make sure you leave comments and questions in the comments, and we might do them more towards the end, but we'll see what they are. So,
Be sure to ask me about heroes versus villains, guys.
of course. All right. So, what you ready to get into this thing, Rich?
Hell yeah, I'm ready into it. Let's go.
All right. So, first up, obviously, the season's about there. Tomorrow's the premiere at 6 p.m. Central. We got season 12 of Survivor Wisconsin Ripple Effect. We just filmed it not too long ago on August 15th. Episodes, the schedule's out on the Instagram. So it premieres tomorrow. It's going to go till towards the end of October. 18 newbies. Without spoiling anything, Richie, you want to touch on this season a little bit and just how excited people should be for this one? Like, actually, I know we say it every season, but like,
I know.
actually.
I love this. This is like taking me back to early birds where I had to try to come up with some random like promo thing on the spot. Wow. I think this is a season. I think the name of it is says it the best. Every decision and every survivor game or any allergy in general has a ripple effect. And I think this season it's almost like the personification of that. Every decision leads to an overall ripple effect. One thing impacts and changes everything for everyone. I think this is a very impactful season for Survivor Wisconsin, and I think it will definitely go down as, I think it will arguably go down as one of the top three best of all time, and I think that
Wow.
will stand for quite a long while. So I think there's a lot of things to love about this that I can't say right now, but I think this will definitely go down as one of the top three, and it will stay there for quite a while. I think there's a lot of, without spoiling anything, I think there's a lot of rootable people. I think everyone gets a lot of great content, and I don't really feel like there was really many duds. Like, I feel like this is another cast where there's really no duds on the cast. So,
No, it's yeah, I mean top three. Yeah, Vishal, shout out for you. We had Sid there as well. Sid, Corndog, and Megan from 11 helped out this season, did a great job. Even Sid himself from season 11 said this season blows ours out of the water, in his opinion. Yeah, you guys are just gonna really need to want to tune in and watch this. We did a cast draft, Team Zach, so that was fun. We also have Sam doing Edgic again. It's gonna premiere every Saturday morning. So we got a lot going on here. Don't want to touch too much on this season, but like you guys should be really excited for it. Again, we say it every season. Oh my gosh, it's such a good season, but like this one is a really special season, and I'm so excited to keep editing things back. But episode one tomorrow night, be there, 6 p.m. Central, hour 55. We got immunity time with Dan and Will following that, 8:15 Central time. Yeah, and might have the first boot on deck as well. So, yeah, so tune into this season. It's really worth watching. All right, so let's get to the next one. Hey, so the next season, season 13, all returnees. Still not going to be revealing the name, unfortunately. Shout out Will if you watch this, unfortunately. But those players, most of the cast is full as of now. There are a couple spots left. I'm still deciding on as I maybe see some more tape from this current season. But we're going back to where we did Second Chance last year. We're going back where we did Cabin Fever, our second season of Survivor Wisconsin. Um, Episodes are going to air end of November till January. Most likely on Tuesdays again. I think we're going to stick with that, just with football on. That's for me. But
Right.
I'm really excited. This was initially going to be a 1 day game, and I changed it to do 2 days. I like doing the returning seasons as multiple days. These players deserve a little more time to strategize and just play our game. We're blessed to have a part. So yeah, season 13, not going to be revealing the name of the season until those players arrive. So what do you think about this season, Richie? You don't even know it yet either. I know Richie's going to be
I
involved in
don't.
helping
I
out,
don't.
but he'll know soon.
I'm excited to find out what it is. I'm very ecstatic that we're going back to the cabin. Honestly, it's really just such. It's honestly one of my favorite locations I think we have ever filmed at. And honestly, it's just I'm very ecstatic that we get to go back there. Like I love that place. It's just perfect. It honestly is one of the best places I think we filmed that period. I think there's a lot of room to spread out. It's secluded enough to where we get full privacy to like play the game without random like traffic in the background or like random like how what happened in Evolution, like random hikers coming up during confessionals, motorcyclists coming up every time we start having a conversation. Like it was just it was like really like such a great time being in the cabin. So I'm very ecstatic that we do get to go back there another time, and it's really great that we have that opportunity and that we have the relationship to keep going back there and doing it. I do have a
No,
question about 13, if I can ask it.
yeah, well, let me first touch on you said how we have a
Okay.
relationship with the people there.
Yeah.
I definitely it's actually, which I've told a couple people, it's going to be new owners that own this Airbnb we're going to, and I had to kind of reach out to see if we can fit enough people for this season in there, and they reached back out to the previous owners and said that we've been great guests, so let's keep it that way for those people that are going to be coming there that day. So I'm excited to do another, like, it's kind of towards the winter, but still in the fall. Obviously, it was awesome doing it in October there. But hopefully it'll still be warm enough that we can still do a lot of stuff outside and people are gonna have to dress a little bit warmer, but just pray it's not snowing yet in November. I doubt it, but you never know with Wisconsin.
Right.
Um, Fences versus trees teams.
Honest to God, I
But
love
yeah,
this
ask
season.
what you're gonna say. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say first part of this. I love fall seasons because honestly, I'm a fall guy. Like as Jimmy put on his Instagram recently, I'm a fall boy. I love flannels, I love hoodies, I love jeans, I love fall stuff. So y'all will probably see me in the background in prod for 13, just wearing the absolute killer fits in 13 on while I'm on prod. Um, but one thing I do want to say, one question I do want to have. Obviously, we know you're not gonna say every single thing of what 13's about. Is there any hint that we can get for what the theme is, or any type of potential name for 13? Any type of hint at all that people could get here tonight for?
Well, I mean, I'll say this. It's perfect. I mean, the season's taking place on Friday the 13th. Season 13. But I just hope people are really looking out for themselves in this game and leaving it all out there. There might be friendships in this game. There's connections always in these games that are closer than other ones are, but you definitely want to be playing for yourself, and I'll leave it that way. I'm really pumped for this season, and I'm really excited to see some of these other players get a chance to come and return and play again. Um, yeah, I mean, like we said, Richie, I mean, last time we were there last October, I mean, we put on one of the best seasons I think we've ever had.
Right.
I kind of forget how great Second Chance was until recently again. But anything else you want to try to get out of me before we move on?
So, so honestly, So, are you saying in a sense that we could essentially, like, honestly, I know this is likely not the theme. I know this is probably not the name of it, but could we, like, for now, almost like refer this, since you said a Friday the 13th joke, can we almost refer to this jokingly for now as Survivor Massacre?
Whoa, we can leave it.
Well,
We can leave it at that for
you said
now.
Friday the 13th, and you said people are going to be looking out for themselves. If anything, I think Massacre.
Damn, Richie. And it's
Really?
funny because you actually don't know like the ins and outs yet.
I actually don't
I
know how.
purposely waited till we did this to not say anything yet, but um I'm yeah, I don't know. Jimmy asked for another hint. Cast size. Um I'm not gonna reveal that. How many cast size it's gonna be. It just gives it away. Well, nah, it won't give it away of what we're doing, but
Well, and it could
um
change. It could
it
change
could
too. Like,
change if
yeah, it could very
people
much
back out
change.
last second,
Or
or
you add
anything like
people onto
that.
the cast, like in Second Chance.
Right. Exactly. But no, it's a great location to, we've made it work, with maybe different tribes and things like that and how to go around that. And there's a lot of space outside we haven't even used as much being there. Maybe we can try to use that more. So I'm really excited. Um, Anything else you want to talk about season 13? I know it's a little bit of a mystery, but that's
I
going to be the fun
know.
of
I
that
think like
season.
right, and honestly, I think the mystique is what's almost making people more excited for this than certain All Stars aspects right now. It's because All Stars, we all know when All Stars is, we all know a lot of stuff like that. I think people have a good idea of who's gonna be on there. But I think with 13, there's such a mystique for like what is going on here with 13 because no one knows what's going on with 13 other than what we now know that it's going to be in the fall, the location, and that's returning players. But we don't know if it's like the big dogs. We don't know what kind of returning season it is. We don't know. For all we know, it could be something like BB14.
Maybe. I
You
don't know
never
what even
know.
happens that season, but
You don't even know. Oh, I'll explain it later.
yeah.
Um, there's a lot of really fun, like it's like almost like a mind game where you have to try to play the game from outside the game before it actually begins to play the game. So
Well,
I'm
I
really
mean,
ecstatic.
and
I'm
that's the
really
point. I mean, we were at a recent party, heard some whispers of what people might think it is. Maybe they're onto something, maybe they're not. So I'll leave it at that.
Are
Um,
you? Do you want to say if like the most popular guess they had at that party is right or wrong, or
I'm not gonna say it. I mean, they might
okay,
be onto something, but I'm not gonna confirm or deny.
keep the mystique going. I love it.
All right.
Oh,
Well, I think we're gonna move on to that one.
okay.
Yeah, players definitely. Hopefully, they leave it all out there and have no regrets. Everyone's friends at the end of the day, but come on. All right, ready to move on to the next season. The big one we've been leading up to for a very long time. Last one we were leading up to was Heroes vs. Villains 2, but this was the ultimate prize, I believe, and that's season 14 All Stars coming May 2027. Confirm the dates of May 13th through the 15th. We're going to be starting it on a Thursday night and end on a Saturday night, so one more longer day than we've ever done. Keep that in mind what you think that might mean. And then episodes will air all summer of 2027. Um, yeah, as you've seen, some of you maybe haven't seen it yet, but on our Instagram today, I did send out invites to a lot of people about All Stars, and it's been a lot of pressure casting the correct cast for this. And some people have hinted ideas and maybe trying to help me without that, and I'm not going around telling people what the cast was or what it might have been. So today, I officially said that if you really want to be an All Stars, send in your application why you deserve to be there. What have you done in our game to prove that you're an All Stars? Again, this is just another way to kind of give everybody a chance to plead their case to me. I don't want to leave anybody drying high, but I'm going to at the end of the day have to. I'm not going to be having a 40-person cast for this season, but I'm also not going to be having like a 14-person cast. So there's a lot of worthy players. I don't care how many times you've played. If you're that good, you're that good to be on. And I just hope that people don't take it personal if they don't get on. There are going to be seasons in the future that you could get asked for if you're not an All Stars. It's not the end of the world. But I just hope to the players that do end up on that cast, they're willing to switch it up, not do the norm. Maybe some of them have won before and they think that's the way to go, but I just really hope people are going to bring a different flavor for us in All Stars and really leave it out there to win. It's going to be a prize of $1,000, so it's really going to be a heavy game to leave it all out there, and I cannot wait. And yeah, it's going to be the best of the best, no matter what. There's no blueprint or anything that I'm going off of for size or anything like that. It's just going to be how it is. Um, so. I just hope players are willing to switch it up and have a different mindset going into it. All right, Richie,
So
what do you have for me?
yeah, I have a couple things. So first off, I think a lot of people today were very surprised with the talk of now they have to apply to get an All-Stars. Was there any like big decision make marker for like what made you decide to go from like just how we've done in the past, normal asking versus the application? Like was it like certain people stirring the pot? Was it too much pre-gaming or like what was kind of the thought process behind that with making the
I
decision?
don't know how much pregame's going on. I'm sure it's been out there. But I think there's a couple of things that it achieves. I think it really achieves maybe eliminating pregame in the meantime because I'm not going to make any final decisions for a while. I said as a second part of the video that the players on season 13, I do want for them to be able to send their application after they play season 13. Maybe they think they have a better chance after how they perform in that one. Um, so I probably won't be sending out official invites until around then. I know that's still a while away. That's 3 months away, but the season's also not till May, and that's like 6 months from November. So the date's out there. The price of how much it's going to be is on that application. So the deadline, I don't have one yet, but it will probably be around when season 13 films. I'll definitely send that out when that time comes. But I would say try to get yours in before Thanksgiving is where I would say. But the sooner the better. I mean, I'm not going to hold you against it if you don't submit it by until then. But it just makes me excited to see people that they want to be in it that bad and there's going to be people on there that surprise me that I wasn't really even considering and top of mind. So um, we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I think a couple of things it achieves by doing these things is it buys me more time to make really tough decisions that have been weighing on me. And I hope people aren't going to be upset on me or a burden. It is really a tough decision, but I wanted to do this season. And then I just like it weeds out people too that maybe they aren't engaged and don't want to do it as much as I think. Like just because I'm asking them and they want to do it, maybe they do want to do it, but like show me you do want to do it because like I
Right.
want to make this kind of exclusive a little bit this season. And again, it's not just trying to like plead to me, oh, Devin, it's Devin's favorite players. It's no, like, tell me why you should be on, not just because they maybe like you more than somebody else in the game. That doesn't matter to me at all. Um, but yeah, and it kind of has a data point too of just like that the applicant can control too of what I'm looking for and what we want in this season.
So one thing I want to ask, are there any, and obviously you don't have to give specific names out right now, have there already been people who've reached out saying they can't do it on those dates, that you're disappointed can't do it on those dates, or people that you really wanted to put on that are not able to play All-Stars?
No one has said that initially. I mean, I think that I did initially when I started inviting people was throwing this 13th through 15th or the 20th through the 22nd. And there's a couple people that I initially asked that said they couldn't do either one, and I just decided to land on this one. I think it just fits it more, and um, weather has cooperated for us nicely in May. Obviously, this will probably be at Airbnb, so we will have indoors as well. But May has always worked out well for us. I think it's perfect. It's not too hot out. But I I just really want this season to be about the game, and I don't want it to be so cutthroat that people are getting mad at each other. But I don't mind if it gets to be a little more intense. It should be. And at the end of the day, all of us are friends in this community who's going to be on. Everyone's probably met each other at least once or somewhat. So I just hope that people can put that aside and focus on the game and try to win the game and um not just, do it to play with their friends, I guess, because if you want to do
Right.
that, you're in the wrong sport
I
or the
mean, if
wrong
you want to
game.
do that, you go play Survivor Whitewater, you play Heroes versus Villains too. Like, I'm really excited for this, especially because one of the biggest concerns, because obviously, I mean, everyone tells me a lot of stuff. So the biggest thing I heard about All Stars was that it was a lot of like similar people from the same area of time.
Hmm.
And which era? I'm not gonna say which era. Um, it probably surprised people, but it was one of the things that really kind of made me like worry, like, oh, do these 11 and 12 people have the potential to actually get into All Stars? Now, I think they do, which is something that also makes me very happy that a lot of these 11 and 12 people who I really think, especially people from 11 and some people from 12 who I can't say yet, people who I think are really just phenomenal players who really should be on All Stars. I'm very ecstatic that it's going to be like at least guaranteed give them a higher opportunity to get more
Yeah.
representatives onto All Stars. So,
No, and I think a level of play in 11 and 12, changed my mind a little bit too to do this. Yeah, we can just attack the elephant in the room as there's been a lot of iconic players and great players from season 7 and 8 that debuted there, and maybe some of them are best players already, and it's hard to argue that even if they played a couple times. But again, everyone's got a fair chance for me. Obviously, there's some people that I think most people would agree should be on no matter what, but I still want them to really show me what they're trying to achieve by playing this season. Like if you're just coming to show up and just have obviously it's about having fun too, but if you're just coming
Right.
here to show up and just be a part of it, it's like no, like I want you to be a part of it, but like what is your goal to do? Obviously I hope to win,
Right.
but like yeah. I'll answer one question too really quick with Bar asking what's the big gap between 13 and 14. Some people answer that already. I need a break. Um, it's just been nonstop. I mean, we've done 4 seasons each of the last 2 years. Each year, we're about to do the fourth one in November. So I mean, the season will end airing in January 13th. So you know, that gives me February, March, April,
Right.
and some of May to just plan the season out with whoever's in production and gives me more time to breathe and just relax. And because the All Stars is going to be a big task to take on to plan for that long, it's going to be a bigger cast than we normally have, obviously. So, yeah.
So did you just say that did you say so my audio cut out a little bit. So did you say that 13 is going to end airing on January 13th?
No, it will end, I don't know what exact date, but it will end season
Oh.
13 will air November to January. So that gives me,
Oh, okay.
a good 3 months to kind of just take a
Okay.
break and start planning All Stars, as
All
it
right.
takes a long time. And we've obviously achieved and have done very well with planning in quick spaces because I've done it personally so much and some other people have. And going into 12, we didn't have a ton of time to plan it as normal. I was stressed going into it, and as many people have told other people, it was our smoothest operation we've probably ever done, and we had one of the best seasons we've had ever. So I trust us, and I think giving me even a little more time to plan it with everybody who's going to help me is just cherry on top. And as well, I just need it. I don't want to. I got to a point, after second chance kind of felt the burden of all of it because I didn't expect this to take off. I'm so grateful it has. It's opened the game up, obviously. But I don't want it to become too much that I'm not enjoying it. So I just think I need to lessen
Right.
seasons, and you'll see that with the rest of this presentation too. Um,
Right.
anything else on All Stars? I know this is the big honcho, so if you have anything else, I'm here for it.
I'm trying to think, because there honestly, it's just there's so many names who it's been in my head all day of who is gonna get this call now, because I do think it shakes up the meta so much, and I think it is gonna impact 13 and how
What do
things
you
play.
think?
Now,
What do you think about me having you have to kind of apply for it now? What do you think
it's
about
kind of like
that,
I said before.
honestly?
I love it because it gives more people a fair opportunity to campaign their opportunity, and now they have to campaign. It's not just the game they played. Maybe someone should be on All Stars, but maybe I don't want to say maybe they didn't play the best game because obviously you have to play a good game to get your ass on All Stars. But the big thing is I do think it gives everyone a lot better of an opportunity because again, it's not all people from the same era now. Like some rumors were going around, or it's not like anything like Will was joking around about with in one of the breakdowns for a lot. I forget which one, but Will made so many jokes about it, and I was like. I'm just really ecstatic that a lot of people from 11, 12 are going to get at least a good opportunity to campaign for their chance
Yeah.
to get on. And I do like that it's shaking up the meta so much that all these people who maybe think they're guaranteed a shot now, it's a little shaky. Now they have to sit back and think oh, now I have to campaign to you for why I should get on. I was actually gonna jokingly put in an application and be like, haha, you should laugh at this. I didn't because I'm like, nah, I can't. But how funny would that have been if I did that though?
I mean, we've had a conversation, Richie. I think you're one of our most
I know.
entertaining players. You've had your moments, but I really need your help, with these next two
No, I
seasons.
no
So
no. I mean as
hopefully,
a joke application. As a joke application. That was the joke of it.
oh yeah. I mean, if you
Okay,
want
now
to,
you get the joke.
we've had a
Yes, the joke.
conversation, and that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's not a rich dog, and I will identify as a player, but um, I value your expertise and I don't need you.
Thank you.
But um,
Yo, this is how we know my jokes don't land.
It landed when I arrived at Saturday at the party, but yeah.
Oh my god,
Uh,
that one.
but yeah, anything else on All Stars or um
I'm trying to
well,
think. So
maybe we'll answer
obviously,
a couple questions and should we answer a couple questions in the comments or do you got one for me first?
I really have one that I'm worried I'm gonna
Yeah,
forget because I actually forgot
say
before.
it.
So obviously, you said one of the big things on here. It says many normal must or outside are of the question, and that kind of makes me start questioning: are there gonna be any like big new twists that are gonna be introduced in All Stars, or maybe potential twists that we haven't seen in such a long time?
I think that's up for interpretation. We could. I mean, I haven't even thought about that. I've been more thinking about just the cast and like the tribe divisions and stuff. I saw Alec, um, our third place finisher from last season, kind of asking if there's a theme on top of it, like air versus air for tribes. I think it's gonna be pretty open-ended. I don't think I'm gonna label people a certain way because I think that's the whole point of opening applications that it could be open-ended. So yeah, I think we could take some swings and not do a Mr. Beast twist, but we could take some swings for this season if we wanted to and see what we can come up with. Because obviously, people that don't make it on, like, there's a lot of people that um, are going to probably be a big part of making the season. And I hope people are, even if they're not casted, are still willing to do that. Um, so I'll answer one other question here from Kayla, who's you'll see her tomorrow night in our premiere of season 12 on this season on Tribe Molly and the Orange. She asked, I'm just curious about the reasoning behind doing another attorney seasons before All Stars. To be quite frank, Kayla, it's because if I do another newbie season before All Stars, it's going to make it even harder to decide on. I think I underestimated how good these players are going to be in 11 and 12, and that's kudos to the players in these seasons. And 13 gives another chance for some people to just play in a season and have fun and maybe win that and claim a sole survivor in Idol Identifiers and maybe prove to me why they should be on All Stars themselves. So yeah, we've kind of done the 2 and 2 like we did season 7 and 8 were newbie, then 9 and 10 were returnee. So I kind of wanted to keep the same pattern of 2 and 2.
And I like
Um,
that.
so that's kind of why.
I
It
I
also
like that.
just would have made it harder to, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Yeah, the audio kept cutting off for me for a second, so I was like, oh, I think he's done. But no, I really want to say too, with like, we even did this in the Whitewater days, the ancient era, the Whitewater era, as I'll jokingly call it, the ancient era. That we even for like Last Chance, which is right before Legends, that we even did the same thing back then, where it was a bunch of people, a bunch of hopefuls who wanted to show why they are a legend or why they should be a legend or considered an all-star player. With so many people finally getting that opportunity to play up to that point where a lot of those people hadn't got to really play. And while I think some people definitely showed up and played house and other people played themselves out of the house, I think it's really just it's a really fun way to do this. I really think that 13 could be that opportunity for some of those players if there are those players who maybe are on the verge of it. I would hope that there's a lot of good mix of like people who are big names and people maybe like people who are big names that should be in All Stars on 13 and maybe people who are like smaller names because I do think that kind of mix also makes it really unique and especially makes it even more competitive as the big names fight to prove why they deserve to be in All Stars regardless of how they do and the small names try to come out and be like no you will put me on because this is why. So I do think there's a lot of there's a lot of good stuff with this, so I'm very excited for 13 and All Stars. And I just
Yeah.
saw Vishal's text. I'm getting it fixed, Vishal. Excuse my family living in a dumb valley.
No, I think it's just when you back away, your voice gets quieter. So if you stay in front, you're good. Um, but yeah, I think that's enough 13, 14, right? I think this is probably more in question of what's coming next. But yeah, I will take some questions at the end for everything all of above, but just keep that in mind. So obviously then after All Stars, we got to go back to a newbie heavy season, looking at September 2027. So these will be the only 2 seasons in 2027. Your boy needs a break, which is All Stars in May and then newbie in September. Going to be a long process of applications. We're really going to take our time with that. I don't know when the applications will open, but you will find out in the in that time. But I do want to do a long process with applications and really and do like I know other allergies do it where they have a cutoff, they do a little meeting with the people just to give a better understanding because I think it's going to be getting harder and harder to pick people.
Right.
So I want to definitely take it full on and see what we can do, and maybe we can make a 2-day season out of it somehow. I'm not super keen on doing newbie seasons as overnight ones just because we don't know the people that well, but maybe we can figure a way around it. So um, I saw someone also left a comment. I don't know who this is, but they're a new subscriber, nervous to play and come out of their shell, and maybe after med school they would play. So, maybe med school is no, September next year, Jody, and can apply. So keep an eye out on our Instagram and on this YouTube channel for links to apply. But
Jody, you should do it. Do it, and when you apply, Jody, apply now. Just like apply now and say like if you just apply now and say like I can't do it till after med school, fair enough. Just say Richdog told you to apply. say Richdog told you to apply.
yeah, I mean, right now I don't have an application open to apply, but I will soon. So, but yeah, keep an eye out, Jody, for it. Um, yeah, any questions, Richie, about 15?
I'm ecstatic. I have a couple questions for 15. So first off, with the application process, obviously I think this is an important question to ask maybe for people who couldn't play past seasons because obviously I think it's safe to say there's a lot of people who wanted to play 11 and 12, maybe made the cast, but then unfortunately like had to drop out for whatever reasons happened whatsoever, such as like an emergency or something just came up, an injury, whatever it may have happened, I don't really know. Are those people like eligible for these types of seasons? Like, are there like people who you're already considering for 15 that are like likely
Like,
gonna be
like, so
on?
you're saying people that applied and like I maybe had a conversation with them about playing and they couldn't, kind of, but like not that they haven't actually been on a season of ours.
Oh, can you repeat that? Your audio cut out really bad on my end. Sorry.
Um, so you're saying players that applied and maybe they were going to be on 11 or 12, but they couldn't do the date or something, but they haven't been on a season, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna start fresh though, and you got to apply again, no matter what.
That's fine.
Some people took the opportunity and they're on the cast, and they maybe made the most of it. Some other people just couldn't do it, and that it is what it is. So we will see. But yeah, everybody's gonna apply again for themselves, no matter what. Even if they had conversations with me about being on 11 or 12, and they weren't.
So what about the people who maybe they applied for 11 and 12 cycle and didn't get on?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't mean they can't be on 15. So hopefully they apply and give it a chance, and information will be out. And I think sooner than we think. I'd like to do a long process on this one, even if it's a long time away. And
Right.
a big thing for us is always trying to figure out who knows who and if other people playing other games together. And that's the hard part about all this is we probably won't know that until even months before it because people will play in the summer in different games all over the place. And that's the hard part, and there's going to be a connection here or there. Probably it just happens,
Yeah.
but it's going to be for anybody to apply that hasn't played in our game before. Um,
So
I say newbie heavy because maybe we bring a couple people back in the cast. I don't know yet. It's just something to keep in mind.
So are you so for just on also like clarify and something I just started questioning before, are you also saying that people maybe who didn't get onto 11 and 12 but did apply should reapply for 15 or their
Yeah,
application?
everybody. Yeah, no matter who it is, everyone's gonna have to reapply.
All
And I'll
right.
make that clear. So it'll be a clean slate like we're doing for All Stars, and everyone will have to reapply. I did that kind of after 7 and 8 for 11 and 12, and there's a person on this season 12 cast. I'll say Matthew that was applied for 7 or 8, and we didn't have him on, and he applied again, and couldn't say no to him this time. So just because we didn't add you in a certain cycle doesn't mean we're not going to say yes the next time. And we're definitely trying to get more non-binary and female applicants to apply. That's always been a struggle for us. I think that's a struggle for a lot of LRGs. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can get more of those people to give it a shot and play in our game so we can really have an even amount of people in this game, and we try our best. So I'm excited for all that. And yeah.
So one last question I do currently have, or actually one of two last questions I do have for 15. with the potential for it to be a 2-day season, like this potentially, would that give more of an opportunity to include a couple extra people in the cast that maybe wouldn't get the opportunity to play if it was a 1 day?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we just did 2 seasons of 18 people and we did it in one day. The first time was a little bit rocky, had a little couple of timing issues, but we got out of there when we had to be. And then we just did 18 again a couple months later in a one day, and it we got done pretty early somehow. And it didn't look like we were going to be able to. I think it's up for interpretation. I mean, I don't have a set number on it. We'll see. I mean, do I think I'm going to do 18 in a one day game again? Probably not, but
Never know.
we never know. I could decide to do it. I mean, it's worked out with everyone helping me out and having such a great and big production team that makes it easier. Yeah, I think having 2 days obviously and not having like a time limit creates more opportunities for more players, and maybe we throw in a couple of returnees like they did on Big Brother right now with a bunch of newbies or something. Time will tell. It might be all newbies. It might be a couple returnees in there. I don't know yet. It's a long time away, but excited to start thinking about it. So if you know anybody that wants to play in our game and has been dying to, or wants to try it at LRG, we'd love to be your first or have you a part of this. And hopefully you can apply soon, and the application link will be out soon for it.
All right. And one other question I do have, is there already a potential like theme idea you do have? Because obviously, I think with us hosting as many games as we do, there's always ideas we have for future potential for future themes or like ideas we have like so far in advance. And even though this won't be for another 13 months,
Yeah.
are there any like potential ideas you already have or like any fun themes where you're like, oh my god, I really
No,
really want this to be the theme, or like how cool of an idea would this be for it a theme?
I don't have anything set in stone. I think that's for us in production to decide, and maybe we come up with something sooner than later to include that in the application. I think it would be cool to kind of do like not saying a bronze beauty, but like separating tribes based
Right.
on something. I think would be maybe something I'd look to do. I think that would be really fun. Something like that I think could definitely be in the realm, and see what we do with that. I think it'd be fun to do the theme based on like tribe casting, because I don't think we've really done that in a long time. So
It's been a
besides
long
Heroes Villains, I guess. But yeah.
right. Oh, actually, I actually blocked that out of my memory temporarily. Actually, Devin, I was thinking Conference Chaos. I'm
Well,
like,
we both
wait,
have
damn
black on
it.
because it's a funeral.
What?
We both got black on. That means it's a funeral, right? Like your jury speech.
Whose funeral is it gonna be? Find out tomorrow night at 6 Central on Idol Identifiers.
Literally. What was it? Did you have any other questions, or are you ready to move on?
I think I'm ready to move on. If I think
All
of
right.
anything else, I'll definitely ask. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think I'm
I
ready to move
mean,
on.
16 will kind of pair with 15 like we've been doing with another newbie season. I think we might kind of try to cast them together like we did in 11 and 12. I think that was really fun. Um, Looking at maybe a winter season in January, February. And I've had conversations with the great Deception of ATL with Patrick and Joe about how they kind of do some seasons in convention center. So I've already started talking to some places in Wisconsin that could maybe do that and host us. And I think that'd be really fun. I know the winter season, there's just not as much going on. I think it's fun to do one in there. And obviously, we got to do it indoors since we're in Wisconsin for the most part. But I think it'd be really fun to do one in January, February of 2028 for season 16 with another heavy newbie season. And yeah, I think this one for sure I'd be looking at a 2 day in a convention center. Yeah, I always kind of like keeping the paired newbie seasons like a similar format a little bit, so it's kind of similar games, but um, I think it's pretty open for interpretation. And again, like I said with 15, maybe we bring back a couple returnees sprinkled in with a large pool of newbies, as I do want 15 and 16 to be largely newbies, but that doesn't mean we couldn't sprinkle in a couple of returnees as well if we wanted to.
Oh, okay. This is really interesting. So, with it being potentially with it being in a hotel convention center, I think that's kind of like a new idea. Like, I don't know if a lot of, I mean, obviously we have Atlanta that does this, Deception Atlanta, but I don't know if really a lot of like LRGs, at least not to my knowledge in Wisconsin, have done this currently up to this point. So, is there any like how, I'm just kind of curious, like how, like what is the thought, like the big thought process for like how something like this could work?
Yeah, I mean, I think How I'd envision it is it might cost a little bit more than normal, but maybe we have to raise the entry a little bit. But we could probably, what I would envision doing is there's a big center of where you would do the challenges, and then you could also have the tribal council in that area, and then you would have a couple separate rooms for the tribes to kind of hang out in. Maybe they have more than one room, maybe they have a certain area, and then maybe everyone would have to kind of stay in a hotel room for the night. Maybe you're assigned a roommate or something like that. I think could be really fun.
That could be really fun. I think it could be fun if they were like almost had to like not like be forced with someone from the opposite tribe, but almost kind of like they have to sleep in the same room as someone from the opposite tribe, and they could get like information from them, right? Like separate beds,
Yeah,
obviously. But, like they have to like pick someone from the opposite tribe to like pair up with, or they're like randomly drawn. They're like, oh, you two have to share a room tonight. Let's see what information you two get.
no, exactly. I think it'd be really fun. I think creates a lot of opportunities and just different creative ideas. And we've done a couple winter seasons in the Whitewater days. We did Winter War. That was pretty much all inside, and then we did Legends, which was pretty much all inside of one famous challenge that didn't finish. But and we
Did
did we did Heroes
you
versus. Hold on,
sorry.
we did Heroes versus Villains too in the winter as well, mainly inside. So, in Wisconsin in the winter season, yeah, you could do it outside. I'm not putting myself through that myself, so I'm not going to make players do that. We're just not a deprivation game. I love that part of Survivor watching it, but I want the players to play a social and strategic game more than anything, and that's just
Yeah.
more fun. And I think convention center would be cool to just see how that works, and maybe that becomes a staple for a winter season every as much as we could.
And I do think it changes the setting as well, which I do also really like. The one thing I do want to say for that unfinished challenge, if I didn't feel like I was about to puke, I would not have walked out. I was coming back to finish that challenge, and then Jack Demet's like, "The challenge is over." I wasn't done. Like I was about to say, like I be pull a Haley forward, being like, "I do not consent. I am not done." But okay, I would have kicked their ass in that challenge with how many of them were dropping out like flies because of me.
All right, come on, back on
But
topic.
jokes aside, jokes aside, I do think it really is a really unique location. I'm really excited to see how it works because I really love when we do switch up locations. Also, we have our favorite locations, what works well, what maybe we know may not work the best, and it's just being able to know what locations are so great to be at, but to also change it up also shakes up like people's mindsets of like, oh, where could idols be hidden? Where could advantages be at? Like, what kind of challenges are up for grabs in this location? Because every season could be different because of the fact that they may not know what's up for grabs. Because guess what? New locations. So I am very excited to see how 16 will be, and it's a year and a half, but I'm very ecstatic for it.
Yeah, it'll be fun and it will be exciting to get more new faces in our game. As that's been one of my favorite parts of all this is obviously 11 and 12 and 7 and 8 have created so many awesome people and players in our game. All right, well, we'll move on to the next big one we're looking forward to in season 17, May 2028. You guys been wanting it? Let's do it. Blood vs. Water 2
Woo!
is what we'll be doing May 2028. I'm gonna do it this way though. I know like we've done Blood vs. Water 1 in our Whitewater season 8, and it was for the most part two returnees. We had a couple newbies in there as well, but
Yeah.
I want it to be a returning player and their loved one is a newbie to our game. So it would be half returning players, half newbies. And it'd be kind of cool to see then the player send an application to play in this season on Blood vs. Water, and they send the application with that loved one as well in the video. I think that would be really fun to see how that works out. So yeah, I mean, that application will open, not for a while. I mean, it's it's a long time away. But again, keeping that May area free is always what I want to look at. I think it's just always worked out, and I think this would be a 2 day season as well, most likely since it'd be mainly returnees. So yeah, you guys been asking for it, and I think it's time to bring it back.
I'm ecstatic for this theme. Like this theme is honestly, I think, something that everyone's been clamoring for the longest time. I'm just trying to think because I also love the part where having bar. I love bar. The application part with their loved one, I love that, especially because of the fact that it's gonna be almost forcing them to be like half newbie, half returning. Whereas, kind of like you said before, the first one was like 4 newbies and 10 returning players, so in a 14-person cast. So obviously, and of course, I think most of the newbies were Actually, only one of them didn't make the merge, but it was also kind of like a good chunk of them didn't really get to do a lot in the original Blood versus Water outside of the iconic, legendary Lita Joe Nordic, or Hodgson, or I don't know her.
Hudson now, yeah.
Hodgson, thank
Yeah,
you. I
she's
can never
married now.
pronounce his last name. Congratulations to Lita Joe and JP, by the way. Anyways, so I mean, really to see if people could like kind of follow that up with how like iconic performance like that, just and one question I do want to say: would this also kind of be like a 2-day game, like our original Blood versus Water was?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely would do a 2-day game, and yeah, this fits what we're looking to do. It was so fun in Blood vs. Water 1. We did Redemption Island 2. It's a great season. I know we didn't have the mics then, and some people are scared to watch the Whitewater seasons, but give it a watch. It's like really fun to watch and create a lot of great moments, and a lot of our best players at that time were on that. But yeah, definitely two-day season, and yeah, I mean people that maybe don't think they're, I guess, good enough to be an all stars, or don't make the cut in that. I mean, start thinking of this as another opportunity to throw your hat in the ring and see where we go from here.
Yeah,
A
I'm
really
honestly
quick
really
question
excited.
I'll ask is, what are age limit to sign up? You got to be at least 18 for playing our game.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's what most allergies usually say. Like most
yep.
allergies, I think almost all allergies make you play, like make you like say you like wait, don't make you like cannot speak today. Oh my god. Most allergies, if not all allergies, are literally telling people like you have to be 18 plus to apply. So 18 at minimum. Is it like 18 by the time of filming or 18 by the time you send the application in?
Uh, Probably 18 by the time of filming, but
Right.
we'll see. I haven't really gotten any applicants that young, so we'll
Right.
just see if that would happen. If they're that good, if they're that sending in that good of an applicant to think about it.
Right.
But yeah, what question got Blood
Oh,
vs. Water 2 here? Any other ones?
I'm trying to think. It's just honestly, this is like almost 2 years away, so it's so
I
hard to
know.
ask so many questions about it. I'm ecstatic for this theme. When we do get to Blood versus Water, are there already some people that you're kind of considering, like whether or not you're considering them for like All Stars 13 or both or anything like that? Are there already people that like you're thinking of like I want this person on?
Yeah, there's definitely one person that I know I will put on the season probably no matter what. Um, that person probably knows who they are, so I'll keep it at that. Um, but yeah, I have one or two people in mind for sure that I want to be on, but they're still gonna have to apply like everybody else.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it could be someone from All Stars. Who knows? Like, I'm not saying it's not gonna be, but it's so long away, and there's a lot of awesome players to still um, not play in this game. So I mean, it could be people from 15 and 16 as well. I mean,
Right.
who knows?
I really also want to say too that I almost forgot the question too, actually. Is there any potential, say, someone from the original Blood versus Water who was a newbie player, like, would they be able to have as much of a chance as the others to kind of play this, but with a new loved one?
If they wanted to, they definitely could apply. I don't know if they'll get. I don't know if any of those people from that season that were newbies that haven't played. Well, I guess they could play since, but any newbies from that cast that would want to could definitely apply. I don't know if they would, but it's definitely not a question. It would be kind of cool to bring a loved one becoming the returnee with a different loved one for sure.
That's yeah, because I love the thought of that. Because I just think how cool that would be to see someone like a Grant or a Lita Joe or a John or a Leah come in and just be like that person to lead their loved one. Now, I just honestly think it'd just be really, really interesting. I'm just trying to think of. I'm just trying to think of what else I could ask. Because there's another question I had, but like, this is honestly just so exciting to think about it. And the other thing I want to ask, I just remember the question. Could this cast, obviously, one of the big comments I made about when CBS Survivor did Blood versus Water was the fact that the cast seemed like, the returning side of the cast almost seemed like you pulled it out of, like, oh, you could have almost pulled it out of a brand steal. Is like how
Hmm.
people thought it was random. You had like some really great players, some people for a second chance or potential, and then some people who were like, oh, they're back. Is that how this cast could look? A bunch of like random people that almost you could make it look like they're from a like a brand seal generator? Because I think that makes it more fun because it's unexpected returning players.
We'll see. Um, I think it just depends at the time. I mean, it's not going to just be our best players coming back with their loved ones. I mean, maybe it's a player that hasn't done as well in our game. Um, Maybe it's someone, yes, maybe it's someone that hasn't done as well in our game. Um, but maybe, their loved one seems like a really good get and it's makes it fun too. So, um, it's all open for like pretty open-ended. I could be a mix of players that haven't performed well that have.
Yeah.
It really depends on that dynamic they have with that person that's going to be on and maybe how that person performs in the application video too. So, yeah.
Can I make one potential request for someone that I hope would apply for this season? And if like just one request for someone I would hope for you to consider if they apply.
Yeah.
Crystal Shamsi from goddamn season 11.
With her son.
Yes.
Yeah, if she applies, she might have a good chance to get on. We'll see. It's a while away, so it's hard to say, but that would be fun.
Crystal Nation rise. She's gonna laugh so hard when she hears this. I can't think of any other questions right now from Blood versus Water 2, but that is very
Yeah.
exciting. I think the whole community is gonna be very hyped when this eventually comes out. So, like when they like it gets to this point, they're gonna be more hyped than they are right now. I can already probably hear like 3 people in the back of my mind, like telepathically being like, "Let's fucking go," So
Yeah, so the next 2 Mays, May 2027 is gonna be All Stars, and then May 2028 will be Blood vs. Water 2. So have a theme there of May seasons. Just keep that in mind. But we'll move on then to the last season of 2028, season 18, to be determined. September 2028 we will do as well. So we're kind of keeping that, January, February, May, and then like a September, October. I think I can probably achieve being able to do 3 seasons a year. We were doing 4. That's too much. 2027 we're only doing 2, and then 2028 we'll be doing 3. So this one is really wide open. I think it would be some form of returnee as well as Blood vs. Water. Maybe it's fans versus favorites too. Maybe it's captains or something wide open. I think it could depend on what we do in 15 and 16 could affect what 18 is, but it's pretty wide open. And I kind of left it like this because I also wanted to hear if Richie has any pitches for me. I maybe should have gave you a heads up, but
I was actually right
um,
about. I was actually gonna ask you if I could pitch you something. Actually, oh my
yeah,
god,
you can give me 2 pitches if you want for this season, and
pitches.
we can
Ooh.
circle back
Okay.
maybe in year and a half.
I have so many ideas. I was literally about to ask you this too, so
Your two best. What do you think?
one one idea I do have. I was referencing Big Brother 14 before. There was a twist that they had where the season started off, and they eventually changed it halfway through the season, but it started off where there were 4 returning players coming in as captains slash coaches. These coaches were
Mm,
kind of playing a separate game at the start of the game, and eventually they had the captains join the game, which I think it was really great for the season, but I also kind of think like what would have happened if they didn't. But I think that kind of is almost like this idea for a captain season where 3 to 4 returning players come in, they pick the tribes of a bunch of new players, right? And they're kind of playing the game with them, but the returning players can't be voted off. The returning players are kind of playing for their own prize versus the newbies. And essentially, whichever new player that the captain picks, so example, say I pick player 1 and player 1 ends up winning the game, I also win the game and I win the coach prize money. Whereas a new player also wins a season and they win the newbie prize money, if that makes sense. Like, I do think it's a bit of an interesting concept, maybe a little complicated, but I do think it'd be a really fun way to get returnees in the game, let them play the game without. I mean, because the big thing with the captain season, and especially coming from when we first did, I think one of the only few times we did a captain season in Winter War, where I mean, like me and Jaden kind of got taken out like pretty quickly, and then Jaden gets back in only to get sniped out pretty quickly again. That like
hmm
when you're a returning captain, a cast of newbies, it kind of puts you at a spot where you can't really do much of anything. And I do think this could be a very interesting way to like get captains involved in a season in a way that's never been seen before, and guarantee that at least one like returning player gets redemption and another player who is a newbie gets a win, which I do think is an issue people usually have with captain seasons, that they usually get very annoyed that if returnees take over the game, they get annoyed. If
Yeah.
newbies take over the game, they get annoyed that the returnees don't have like a fair chance to play the game. So I do think that could be a very interesting way to do it, kind of formatting it on the first like half of Big Brother 14 and kind of having like the returnees play the game alongside their tribe and they can like vote people out of their tribe, but at the end of the day, they're all still playing for their own prize, and they have to get their own people to the end and determine who is like my best chance at winning it for my side. So
Yeah, maybe that even goes into 15 or 16 if it's a captain season instead.
I
But
love
that's
that.
awesome. It's a fun idea. What's your
Thank
second
you.
one, if
Um,
you have one?
I mean, come on. I mean, you know what I'm gonna pitch. Fans versus favorites 2. I think it's been a long time coming. Fans versus favorites 2 would be so much fun to have on. Especially for like, I mean, the last time we had fans versus favorites, we had the additional theme of Revenge of the Fallen, which is also another part I feel like made the game really fun. It was all people who had never won up to that point, people who really had like blood to spill, people who had a grudge to hold, people who maybe had, and granted, when we did this back in the day, there were a lot less players, the pool was a lot smaller,
Oh
but
yeah.
there also by this point, if we do it by like 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever it may be, or 15, 16, 18, I should say, at least it gives more of an opportunity for like more like big fan favorite names to come into play.
Yeah.
um Honestly, I am really excited for that potential of it, because it's like obviously fans versus favorites is one of my favorite themes we've ever done, and I've even gone on to say I think it's one of like the top 2 best seasons we did in Whitewater, because people were coming in there to play in one way or another. And it's honestly just I think it's just such a fun game, and honestly, fans versus favorites is just one of my favorite themes to kind of get these like new players in the mix and kind of get them like, oh my god, this person is my idol, but will I idolize them walking out the door, or will I take my idol out and slit their throat? Who knows? But
No,
yeah, this is
exactly.
exciting. Like, this is exciting.
Yeah, so we're looking at that one as a fall season, September. Pretty open for interpretation. As things maybe clear out with clear make are more clear for 15 and 16, maybe we'll have a better idea for 18. So yeah, those are little a Marvel timeline here with Ripple Effect here,
Love
August
the Marvel
2026,
timeline.
season 12, and then season 13, they're all returning season in November. Season 14, All Stars, May 2027. Heavy newbie season for season 15 in September 27. So just 2 seasons in 2027. And then 2028, these three right here, we got a heavy newbie season for season 16 in the winter, January, February. And then another big season in May 2028, Blood vs. Water 2. And then September 2028, it's pretty open for interpretation. And maybe it's fans or favorites too. Maybe it's this captain's idea Richie had, but maybe that captain idea ends up being in 15 or 16. So I'm really excited. We'll take this time if anybody has any questions in the comments, but we definitely had some viewers drop off now, so maybe we won't have any.
That
But
might be cool.
maybe I have a surprise to show one or two more seasons after this. We'll see.
Ooh. I mean, I'm definitely not for a couple. I mean, I'm down to hear what you have to say now, because now I'm really interested. Now I'm really now you've really, oh my god, this is like, I actually, guys, this is a first. I'm almost speechless. You guys know I'm rarely speechless. I will talk my ass off until I'm blue in the face and then cows come home, almost like I'm doing right now. But oh, we do have a question from Shane.
I don't know if you'll see me play in my own game at this point. I think I'm too entrenched in it. Um, Yeah, Jimmy Devin for Blood vs. Water 2, maybe. Maybe there's a willing second host in line by then to do it. Um, yeah, I think if I did do one in my own, it would be that one. I think it'd be really fun to do. Honestly, it made me smile a little bit that you guys thought of that. But I think the next time I'll be in LRG is hopefully in maybe either Patrick slash Joe game in ATL or in a Will game in the East Coast. I think that'd be really cool to do one of theirs to support them and play in theirs where maybe people know me a little bit less than over here. But yeah, maybe I would return for that one. We'll see by then. I think that would be a case I don't know who I'd have on as the people that um the people that I would um do for the Well versus Water are probably returnees like my brother and Colin, and I did get to play with Colin shortly in season 6 of One World 2. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool for that. Um, but yeah.
I will say, I do think you being on Blood vs. Water 2 would be really fun, because I could really see a lot of opportunities
Who
popping
would I
up.
even bring on? Because a lot of my family's played already.
Who knows? Well,
Who
who
knows?
knows? I
Hopefully, I'll
mean,
have a girlfriend by then, right?
I mean, it could be a girlfriend, it could be another cousin of yours. I
Could be
mean,
my dad or my mom
actually,
too.
that'd be fun. Yeah, get like, didn't someone pitch Blubber like all mom season at some point? Like, get your mom on.
That'd be awesome. She's our
Didn't you
number one
say?
fan, so who knows?
Just want to say, didn't your mom say? I just want to say is to kind of make the record clear to what people said. Didn't you tell me a couple years ago that I was one of your mom's all-time favorite players?
Oh
Like
yeah, she
one of
loves how
them.
entertaining you are.
You heard it here, folks. I'm her favorite. I haven't met his mom yet, but I'm her favorite. Let's go, everyone.
I'm shocked you haven't ever met her, but yeah.
I don't know if I mine's so bad with names, so it's like I mean I had people messaging me saying that like they want to meet me and that they're fans of me, and I'm like, oh okay, hi.
Yeah, Richie, you two-time fan favorite, right?
Two-time fan favorite. I mean, essentially, I mean I'm not Amelia the two-time fan favorite, but I'm
I think
borderline the two-time fan favorite.
I think Amelia's won twice, and I think Corey or Christian might have won twice too. I think Corey might have as well, actually. Um,
Well, who won fan favorite? Wait, I'm trying to remember. We did a first official fan favorite in Twit Manor, and I won that. Then I don't think we did in One World One. One World or Winter War we did it, and it was Steph. I think Michael helped with that, but that's besides the point. Did we do one for Battle Royale? I think that was you who won fan favorite,
yeah,
right?
I won
Yeah.
fan favorite in six. Yeah.
Then it was fans versus favorites. I know
Yeah,
Michael won that one.
Kayla's getting a lot of love in here. My mom does love Kayla. I know she's up there for her, your mom's favorite
Did,
player.
did we
Um,
did we do one for Last Chance and Legends?
Legends we did because Jake won it,
Oh, that's
Harris.
right. Yeah, because he
And then Last Chance, I don't remember.
I mean, who would you have said like the Last Chance fan favorite was, just for shits and giggles at this point? I don't
Probably
know.
Lita.
That's fair. Yeah, I probably would have
Yeah.
said Lita or Idle Sam, one of those two. I feel like.
Oh yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah, I mean Kayla, I mean, yeah, maybe she's would be the face of a fans first favorite season, I'll tell you
I'd love to
that.
see Kayla. I'd love. We need more Kayla seasons.
She's
Kayla's
played
such
three
a
in a row. She played 8, 9, and 10. I think she deserves a break a little bit, maybe, and maybe she can come back in the future. Who knows when?
Kayla's
Um,
iconic though. You know, it pays to
oh,
be pink, right?
obviously. Huh?
It pays to be pink.
It pays to be pink is right. Nikki asked, "Did you have a theme for season 13?" Nikki, I just said it's an all returnee season. The cast isn't complete yet. There's really there is a theme to it. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but it's all returnee. It's an overnight season in November that we did where we did Second Chance last year location. So yeah. So you were gonna say something before I took any questions. You said you were speechless. Was that about showing maybe more seasons?
Yeah, because now I'm curious about what you're gonna show next, Devin. Come on, Devin, you gotta show me. You can't tease me with this and then not show me what
So
you're
I
gonna.
did plan out the 19 and 20. As of course I did. That's as far as I'll go for now. This is the main ones we're worrying about because this is 20, the last one for 2026, the two for 2027, and the three for 2028. But 2029, um, yeah, I guess you've been a good rich dog. Didn't need to kennel you up, so we'll show you the next two. 19, I didn't put like what the season will be, so that's a bummer, but it would be again that January, February if the convention center works really well for 2028 for season 16. We could do that. I think this would probably be more of a newbie-esque season. I think it would make sense to. So that would be what 19 would be, and then 20, which I'm sure is what you want to know about, which would be our 30th overall season, would be May again. A couple ideas strung out already. It's got to be something huge. It's going to be our 30th overall season. I think keeping that May as like a big season always, I think would be cool. Maybe it's All Stars 2, maybe it's Legends 2, maybe it's Winners at War. A couple ideas I threw out there, but it's got to be something huge like All Stars, like
Right.
Heroes vs. Villains 2 was. It's our biggest, it could be our biggest season yet. All Stars it's going to be hard to beat. I think it's going to be really crazy that season. And I know I'll circle back to something as well as season 15 um, is our 25th season overall, which is also awesome landmark. And I did intend to make that the All-Star season for a while, but again, like what I did with 13 and what 14's All-Star now is I just think two more newbie seasons I think would just be too hard to get them in All-Stars, and I didn't want them to feel left out because it'd be really hard to put them on. So season
Right.
25, I mean, that's a big deal too. So there's got to be something special. Maybe that's where we do your idea with the captain thing, Richie. Who knows?
I like it.
The viewers will be surprised when the time comes. But yeah, I mean, Richie, what do you think this big season 30 overall is going to have to be? Season 20 of Survivor Wisconsin, May
I don't know.
2029.
Honestly, I think all these theme edits could be great. I mean, Legends too. I mean, there are a lot of great names who haven't come back since Legends 1, who I know have been dying to come back.
Like
There's a
who?
lot of people. I think I heard the grapevine. I think someone said in one of the breakdowns for HEV2 that Jake Harris was almost on the cast at one point.
Almost
Um,
was.
what?
Almost was.
Yeah, and then he almost was. I think I heard he gave a confirmation too late or something. I know. I'm just trying to remember. It's been so long. It's
We'll
Christian. I
keep
mean,
going then. If you don't remember, keep going.
no, there's a lot of names. I'm just trying to like go through one by one for like who's on the cast. There's Christian, Jack Demet, Vin, then it was Kyle. Which I mean,
We'll just
I'm just trying to
we'll just
remember.
keep going
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
other
Let's keep going. But
ideas.
like, I do think there's a lot of big names from Legends who could honestly like. I think would be really entertaining. Almost kind of like what we were talking about, Blood versus Water too. Having someone who was on there the first one being the second one, it almost would be kind of fun to maybe see like one or two people who were on, kind of like in Heroes versus Villains 2 as well. We had Kyle who was on both. Maybe having one or two people, if it is Legends 2, having people who like one or two people who were on both could be a very interesting, fun little dynamic of like they're on the first one, they proved they're a legend that time. Can they do it again? I also think a Winners at War one would be so much fun to do, especially considering the fact that like I really think it'd just be so much fun to do an all-winner season. Obviously, I think it's really going to depend on if 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 up to this point could have more women winning the game, which I do think
Yes.
I'm assuming that is the big like indicator of like whether or not this is going to be a thing is if we get more women winning. Because as of up to this point of season 11 finishing right before season 12 airing, we currently have 21 seasons. We have, I believe it's Hunters won twice, and that takes it down to 20 winners. And we have 14 men who have won and 16 women, or 6 women who have won. Why did I say 16? 6 women who have won. Surprise, a comm major can't do math. Anyways, 6
And
women.
I think like a lot of people, just for the record, for people that don't know this, that haven't seen the old seasons, a lot of our Whitewater seasons, we definitely didn't have as many female players play. It was really hard then.
Right.
It's more easier now, thankfully, that we can really try to get an even split of guys and girls. But
I feel like Captain's Curse is when we started having a lot easier time of it, which
yeah,
was Wisconsin 5. I feel like
yeah,
that was like the first day. I remember we were so surprised we were actually able to get like even men and women, how excited we were. Wonderworld 2, I think it was like 6-4, which isn't that bad of a split. And then you had like New Blood, which is the only season up to this point that has been mostly woman, which I think was such a cool thing.
yeah, it was awesome.
Right, I think that's when we started having such an easier time finding women, and it was just really good. So I think I'm hoping with how many more women we're getting nowadays that like to apply and play. I really am hoping we get a lot more women winning these games because I know it's been quite a while since the last woman won. I know we've had a lot of really great like women win the game, like Brienne who won the unaired season, which was Whitewater's first season, the one that started it all. We had Brie England who won the second, or the not the second, it was the sixth one. You had Bailey who won the fourth Whitewater season. You had Ness who, by the way, Survivor Psychic here. I call Ness's win from 3 to 4 months away. Uh, I'm never gonna let you live that down. And then Allie won pretty quickly. I think like about a year after Allie then won. Christian's now fiance, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
beat Corey and Liz. Shout out Liz, another player that I hope comes back one day.
Honestly, I'd be interested in seeing them both come back. I think honestly, it'd be funny seeing them back as like captains on the same tribe. How funny would that be, low key? But like, say at the same time, trying to remember. And then I think the last one was Taylor and New Blood, I believe. And I think the closest we've had
Yeah,
to a woman winning since then, I think may have been probably I'd say likely would have been Megan last season, unless I'm trying to think if there are any
yeah.
close votes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had a couple fallen angels. We had a couple final tribal council losers. So yeah,
yeah. Oh, fuck! I just broke my necklace trying to take the buff off.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, I mean that's where we're at, everybody. I mean, we broke down what the next 3 years are going to look like here in Idle Identifiers for Survivor Wisconsin. So yeah, if you're wanting to play in these, there's going to be times to apply. Like I said today on Instagram story, if you want a shot in All Stars, you send your application in. The links in the Instagram bio, and it should still be up on the Instagram story. And show me why you want to be on, why you deserve to be on. And Blood vs. Water 2, when that time comes up, the May after that, so May 2028, we'll have people get to apply and send in an application with their loved one they want to play the game with. And yeah, I'm really excited for that and getting some more new faces. I'm excited for you to see these new faces for season 12. It's such a great season. And then we'll get some more newbies in 15 and 16 September next year, and then the winter of 2028. I know it's a long time away, and I'm sorry that new players are going to have to wait a while again to play, but that's why I try to get as much people I could in 11 and 12. We had 36 new people,
Right.
that's a lot. But I need time off. I need to breathe. I need to not
Right.
I need to take some time off, especially in between 13 and 14, and just need a little more time in between seasons to take a breather if I want to keep doing this for a long time. And I don't know, life can change, and that's why it's subject to change. I don't see a lot of this changing, date wise. Maybe the themes could, but I those big ones, All Stars and Blood vs. Water 2, definitely won't. But another cool idea someone said was, instead of fans versus favorites, was fans versus flops. Fans versus favorites, but more of a second chance theme. That's a good idea. I'll definitely keep that
That'd
keep
be
that in
really
mind.
good.
That's really really good one.
I mean, that'd be a really fun theme, like second chances too. Like, but that theme, that'd be really fun.
Yeah, so I'm so glad we get. I was waiting to do second chances for a long time, and that was such a great season.
Whenever we do second chances too, there are already so many people I've thought of over the years, and I'm like, these people would be so fun in second
well, there'll be a
chances.
lot more. There'll be a lot more options by the time we do that, because it's
Oh yeah.
probably. I don't know if it's going to be in this realm of seasons. But yeah, for those viewers that stayed along with us, thank you. We showed you a little teaser of 19 and 20, 19 mainly newbies, probably in winter of 2029, and then a big one for season 20, which will be our 30th overall season in May 2029. Nothing set in stone. Maybe it's Winners at War if we get a more even split of winners by then. Maybe it's Legends 2. Maybe it's All Stars 2. Time will tell. But yeah, any final questions, Richie? I don't. If anybody else has any other questions, feel free
Yeah.
to leave them now. As we'll take a couple more and we'll see if Richie has anything else for me. Otherwise, we'll close it off and get everybody pumped for tomorrow's premiere of season 12, Ripple Effect, at 6 p.m. Central Time, and immunity time to follow at 8:15 Central Time. And Saturday morning we'll have Sam's first Edgic video of the after episode. So, anything else you want to talk about, Richie? Are you
I'm
satisfied for now? I gave you guys a lot tonight.
There is so much that I'm excited about for the future. I don't even know really a lot to say because there's so many fun things I think could just be so much fun to like just see play out in the future. Um I want to I'm not going to like spoil 12. I want to give a fun little thing and say that 12 is such a fun season. And if you think you know what's going to happen, I think you should throw that out the window right now because I think a lot of things really shocked us on production today of in
Oh
terms of
yeah.
like how good and cutthroat the gameplay was. And I think this is definitely going to go, like I said earlier tonight, this is definitely going to go down as an all-time fan favorite season. I think just
Oh
for the
yeah.
players alone, it's just so much fun.
And it's a
And
cool different location too. I think it was really
exactly, like
fun.
I think that's like honestly the best part of it. I think the location is definitely one of the like top. I don't know if I'd put it up to the cabin, and then the cabin's on its own like tier of like S tier,
And we'll
above
be we'll
S
be
tier.
back there. We'll be back there soon.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think like the place we went to for 12, I think is also a phenomenal location. I'm also ecstatic to get back to eventually. Like I think it's just so many great locations. I'm very ecstatic and see what we do next. So, if there's anyone who wants to ask me like a question for pity, that'd be fun, guys. It's like you guys are so happy to see us here tonight. Can you guys ask us one question for me? Should I like start like pouting on screen like the puppet dog face? Like
We'll give him a minute or two, but
you guys have like
um,
2 minutes.
I'll ask you a question and see if anybody else has anything else for us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll call it quits. But um, what if you think? I'll ask you two questions. First, if you think Ripple Effect is maybe the third best season ever, What is one and two? And I know maybe you've said this to me, but I'd like the viewers to know. And then secondly, if you would ever return an idol identifier Survivor Wisconsin,
Right.
was there any themes that jump out to you that you would want to be a part of? I think that might satisfy you if nobody else has
That
anything else
would
to say, those
actually,
two.
yeah. I answer the first one first. I think the best season we've ever had, without a doubt, is Second Chance. I think the vibes were up there. I think there was cutthroat gameplay. We had heroes, we had villains, we had people willing to play the game. And I think parts of it were definitely intense. And while there's a couple people looking back that didn't really get to play the game, and there's a couple people who maybe went a little further than they should have, I think Second Chance is the best season because it's really such a satisfying season to watch. The theme was so much fun. The players we had for that season were just so much fun, and just I think every season we've ever had, obviously, I think every game has its pros and cons. I think in terms of like what makes a season work and what makes a season doesn't. I think I'm just trying to think of an example of like I think like example like something like Evolution could have its own pros and cons. I think something like New Blood or Conference's Chaos could have its own pros and cons. Like Second Chance, I feel like there's like so many pros and very little cons. I think the cast is just such a fun cast who clearly comes into play and gets the play of the game. So I would say Second Chance is 100% my number one. Um, it is really hard to really put in like, and when you say top three, are we? I'm assuming we're only counting Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wisconsin, we're not counting the Whitewater side, so that makes it a lot easier. I would definitely say it's really hard to debate it right now because 11 just aired and 12 has yet to air. It really could be a toss up between 11 and 12 for which is 2 and which is 3 right now. I think both have so
Okay.
many fun players, so many fun moments, and I think there's just I don't know. I have to wait and see it all air out before I really give a confirmation for what I think about 12. But I will say one thing. I will say one thing. And I know Devin. I think you said this in one of our group chats. But oh, this will be fun.
Oh, this will be very fun.
Oh, this will be very
Did
fun.
you answer that second question or no?
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot to answer that. I was actually literally just thinking about this earlier today when I came up with that theme idea. At work, and yeah, 100%. It's like I've said over and over again. No matter how many times I play, if I get the
Which one?
call,
Not that you would, but which theme that we talked about tonight would
oh,
you want
which
to come back
theme?
for? Sorry.
No, you're good. I thought, yeah, I misunderstood. But yeah, so I would say, I mean, put me in a season, I'll likely play it. I mean, I will say right now, preferred themes. I definitely would love like the coach's idea. I think would be such a fun theme to do. The one that I just came up with because like I literally came up with it at work today, and then thought to myself like, how fun would that be to play? Um, Blood versus Water 2. I would love to play. That's one of the few. I played a lot. Like I played some allergies, and that's one of the few themes I have not yet been able to do is Blood versus Water. I would love to like I'd love to meet a guy and then convince him to play like Blood versus Water with me because like how cool would that be, right? Seeing your partner just like down and dirty in the game, like fighting people, like cutting people up in the game. Like how fun is that? Like it's like a couple bonding experience, you know? If not, maybe I'll drag my brother or my sister into it. Because I know my family is very competitive. So like we will argue until our like faces are blue to win an argument. So it's like if me or my family are in there, it would be so much fun. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to get a man by Blood versus Water too, so that if I do decide to do that, I would actually be eligible for it. God, there's so many good things. If I get lucky enough and like play one season and then we get to a winter season, and obviously I'm gonna want to jump into all winners. That's another thing to do, but like I think the number one thing for sure would be like that coach's idea I had, just because I do think that would be such a fun thing. And it's almost like a new twist on like a captain season. But um, that coach's idea, based off the first half of BB14, Blood vs. Water 2, Fans vs. Favorites 2 would be a really fun thing. I know I'm just saying like every single team at this point, but it's so hard to choose just one. Like there's so many really fun themes that like are just so like appetizing, like they're just so appealing to the palate here. So I don't know. I think I heavily right now it's like Blood versus Water or the BB or the coach captain twist idea I thought of. But like I'm leaning towards one of those two, but I do think fans versus favorites would also be such a fun theme as well. So I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah,
I
so I went out
yeah,
way
I
too
think you I
unfortunate.
think you could feed either one. I think your time will maybe come to play again. I think it'll take a little break here, but as
Yeah. Well,
I'm
you know,
really pumped to have you
thank you.
be a huge part of helping make these next couple seasons. I know you do a lot, so I can't wait.
Shane's comment, I can't. I've almost started crying looking at what he
Yeah,
just
I
said.
know. I know. If you're asked, you'll be there.
Well, I will say, yeah, like if I get the call and my schedule works out, 100% I'm gonna say yes. It doesn't matter how many times it is. Like if I get the call and it works on my end, I will jump back in. Like it's my alma mater of LRGs. I love playing these games. You know, Devin puts on a lot of fun for us. Even though I think there should have been a swap in Heroes versus Villains. I got you to laugh. I got you to laugh. I won. No, jokes aside though, like I would genuinely come back whenever I can. Like it's just such a fun time. So,
Hell
um,
yeah.
and
Um,
hopefully, if I get another Survivor Wisconsin season in the future, hopefully it goes better than HEV2.
yes. Well, you still made your mark though. Still made the jury.
Hopefully, yeah, I did my work on
But
this one.
yeah, so that's it. Those of our next seasons planned for the next couple of years. I gave you guys a lot. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Just remember, season 14 All Stars. We're going to be filming it May 13th through the 15th, 2027. I just heard another LRG is going to be taking place that day, so don't let that scare you away from applying for All Stars. So if it's your priority to be on All Stars over maybe being on something like that, um, definitely show us that. I think that you choosing that too would mean a lot to me. This is our biggest season to date, that one will be. So yeah, apply if you think you deserve to be on, show me why you do. Obviously placing helps a little bit, but
That's not
convince
the
me
end all
and
be all.
it's not the end all be all, correct.
Yeah.
And for those people that will be in season 13, there's still another spot or two up for grabs, but those people that will be on 13, if you want to wait till November, till after that season films to submit your application for All Stars, that's completely fine. I won't make any decisions until then, but I can't freaking wait. And I appreciate you joining me tonight, Richie. We got
Thanks
a
for
we
having
got an
me.
awesome slate for everybody coming up, and Richie will be a large part of helping make these seasons come
Woo!
come true, right, Rich?
Hell yeah, I can't wait for it. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in and watching this. If you watch it back, hope you enjoyed it as well. And season 12, Ripple Effect, Survivor Wisconsin. Whoa, what the hell does that mean?
Woo!
Is that
You
the
don't know that
Batman signal?
enough. Oh,
Dolphin Sam
it's a
signal.
dolphin signal. Dolphin Sam's been summoned. He heard all winners and then he got summoned. He's like it's like Luke. You say it 3 times and he'll be here. Hi Sam. I miss Sam.
But yeah, I'm pumped. I did do the Marvel aesthetic because I love Marvel MCU, but yeah, seriously, guys, you got to check out our next season. We say it a lot, but like this season actually is just insanely good. It's gonna be great. The first episode editing through was so fun. It's a great first episode tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central, here on this YouTube channel. And the episode schedule, I have it posted on the community side page on our YouTube, and then it's also pinned on our Instagram. So yeah, and if you're a new player and want to play, applications will be out soon for our next newbie season next September 2027. So yeah, thanks for joining me, Richie. It was so damn fun to play in this, and I
Thanks for having
cannot
me.
wait to keep this thing going, slowing it down a little bit as many
Of
seasons
course.
as we can. 'Cause I just need time to relax a little bit. But thank you guys all for playing and helping me and making this dream come true and continue on and keep this thing going until the wheels fall off, right?
The
If they
wheels are
ever
never
will.
gonna fall off. I will bolt them down with freaking metal and lava if I have to. They were not gonna bolt down. They are not gonna break down.
But yeah, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Thanks, Richie. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you for having me. Bye guys. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.